though I think I was ready for it to happen Super Bowl week. To get ahead of things, they release Russell Wilson. We knew the divorce was coming, and it's an interesting decision timing-wise and just in general for a few reasons. The decision to outright cut Russell means that the Broncos are taking on $85 million in dead money. That's more than double the previous record for most dead money a team's taken on from cutting a single solo player. They're already, guys, $16 million over the cap. Now, I can't even balance a checkbook, or I'm very bad at money, but I know that that's not good. And this all says to me that they're probably going to be looking to the draft and that number 12 overall pick for an answer. And that brings back what Mr. Sean Payton said to me about the quarterback position when we had him on during Super Bowl week.
How many end up hitting on? The two?
Okay.
So are we in love with any of them? Or do we just, if you're not careful, you get on this NFL van and you're on the van and in the internet and the experts and it's like, oh, this is who you're supposed to take.
Okay.
And don't get on the NFL van, just listen to it. Because if we get on the NFL van, we never draft Alvin Kamara. If we get on If we get on the NFL van, you know, we start making decisions based on just.
You don't take Taysom Hill. You don't take.
Yeah,
all
and
those
so
things.
you've got to be able to pay attention to the wisdom and the noise on the van and hear it as far as it helps us relative to the information. But if we like one of these guys a lot, then I'm unconcerned where people think we should draft him. Really.
Got it. So
unconcerned.
You are looking to fall in love with a quarterback.
Yeah.
He's looking for love. They should have a Love is Blind NFL free agency quarterback episode situation on Netflix. I'm waiting for it. Sean Payton would be great at that. You sort of knew this was the deal, but you didn't know if there was going to be a trade, the outright cutting. The writing was a little bit on the wall. And I wonder if in Indy, between, shots of horseradish at St. Elmo and whatever else, hand size debates, if Coach fell in love with someone. Did he go on a date? I know he talked to all these quarterbacks. Do I think he likes a couple more than a couple others? I do. And does he like one enough to make a move and trade up from 12? That's what he's probably deciding, hopefully at some sunny location somewhere post-combine before draft. But, if he isn't sold on any of these guys, it seems pretty clear to me that he's not going to force it, right? His whole thing there that you just saw, I'm not going to get on the conveyor belt, on the van, and just do the conformist thing, what everybody thinks, and look at these. He sees things a different way. He actually, you can tell in that clip, prides himself. He likes that he's not, let me just take whoever, Daniel Jeremiah says to take in the latest mock draft or whatever PFF's spitting out. He's got the craziest research staff. This guy's a guy who digs deep. Every stone is unturned, every deep dive, every psychological thing is explored, everything. So, I don't know. Do we see Jared Stidham get a crack, okay? Do we see a discount prove-it deal for a Tannehill, for a Minshew, somebody that can try to pull off what Tampa did with Baker Mayfield just last year? And as for Russell, there's a bit of an interesting wrinkle here also. He's due $39 million guaranteed from Denver this year. Anything he signs for would be docked from that. Do you understand? So there's really no benefit to him trying to squeeze every penny out of the deal unless he gets something long term. So I'm not sure that happens in today's NFL this year. We could see him sign for a minimum. We could see him be the best value. Everyone's saying it's the worst trade in NFL history, the worst. Well, then take the cheapest deal you've ever seen in NFL history and get it done here because, a Pittsburgh, if Kirk Cousins moves on from Minnesota, of a Vegas, I could see, maybe an Atlanta, potentially. I'm interested to see what the market for him is going to look like after how rough things went in Denver with a great coach who I do believe gave him every chance to win the locker room over, to run the game plan, to, write his second story after what happened in Seattle where he wanted out. So there's a lot to the Russell experience. It'll be interesting to see what his value shapes up to be. We are joined now. Are we ready to be joined by our guest? Are you kidding? I'm